Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your Goddess Wisdom spread. As promised in December 2021, here we are with another reading with the Goddess Wisdom in your life, Sagittarius. As this is not a reading, let's say a superficial reading, it is a reading where you have some advice from the Goddess and then you need time to absorb, practice, change, evolve, understand what was the changes in your life. It is the reading for my witches on YouTube, so of course we are not having monthly readings like this. We wait the minimum time, which is 6 months, so you can really work, make your inner work, your evolution as a witch, work on your witchcraft and your energy, right? So our next follow-up to this will be around November 2022. Okay, so do not hesitate to go back to the December 2021 reading for Sagittarius and Goddess Wisdom so you can see if this is a follow-up to that or if it is a whole new message for you to keep working your magic, Sagittarius, okay? So let's jump right into it. How you can connect to your inner goddess, Sagittarius. So here we can have two different answers as we have the Five of Wands. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, we are using as the main deck the Silver Witchcraft Tarot from Barbara Moore, which is a deck from Los Carabel. And as a clarifier, we're using the Witch's Tarot from Ellen Duggan, which is a leveling tarot deck, okay? So in this Barbara Moore Silver Witchcraft Tarot deck, the Five of Wands is this is a very particular deck. I love it so much. The Five of Wands is very specific because actually you don't have wands in the card, and you don't have five either. You have 4 people and 2 cats. So 4 people are collaborating and 2 cats are kind of fighting or playing, right? So in this deck, the Five of Wands speaks to you about real collaboration and especially speaks about finding a common ground between different people or different opinions. This, Sagittarius, can be internal or external. So, meaning, again, the position, here the first position, asking you how you can connect with your inner goddess can be inside of you. You have different talents or different opinions that you must work all together to evolve, right? So you can connect with your inner goddess. Or around you, you have a coven. Maybe you already have a group that you are studying spirituality or witchcraft with. And you need to be a pacifier, right? To bring everybody together so everybody can extract the best from each other and work really as a team, as a spiritual team, okay? And you see, these people, they are all different. They have different hair colors. Somebody has a hood, the others don't. Feminine, masculine. Also the cats there have different colors. So this means diversity. Diversity in personalities, in talents, in ideas, backgrounds. So very enriching as experience, okay? So this can be only if you're a lone practicer of witchcraft or spirituality. It's speaking about you, so everything different in you, different talents, different opinions, because we all are very faceted, right? And if this is only you, that's it, or otherwise it speaks about your group. What messages does the goddess want you to receive at this very moment? And then we have the Four of Swords, and again, very specific, very particular card. We don't have swords here. We have, though, a connection with the Four of Swords original or traditional meaning, which is rest, right? But here she is putting something or someone to rest because this someone passed away. So the message that you are receiving now from the goddess is that you must put things that have left you away. Because somehow, and I see other cards that are speaking to you in this manner, you need to move on, okay? Of course, you're not abandoning anything or anyone. This person or this situation made part of your history and made you also who you are right now. Through happiness or through pain, you are who you are now because you had this person or this situation in your life. And now you have grown and you must leave this behind, okay? How you can best channel the energies from the goddess. And we have the Two of Swords, right? There are paths to choose, but you can feel now a little bit stuck, or you are trying to rely only in your intuition in ways so you can choose how to proceed. And I see here that both paths are beautiful. That's why it's difficult to choose, right? Then I asked for clarification. It was a very difficult clarification because I wanted one card and multiple cards, but I mean multiple, like 4, 5 kept falling. So I recollected, I took a deep breath and I said, Spirit, please give me one card. And then I was shuffling, and in the very moment that one card fell, one card flipped. So I said, okay, I'm taking both of them. So the card that fell was the Temperance, and the card that flipped was the Five of Wands. Temperance is a major arcana, and Five of Wands is a minor arcana. Five of Wands have already been drawn here as the way to connect to the goddess. And here once again as a clarifying card to how you can best channel her energy. So you have a choice to make for improving your canalization of your channeling, of the energy of the goddess, right? But so the most important clarifier here is that you need to heal and you need to balance your energies. Why? Once again, you have conflict. And this maybe leads me to the first card again. So maybe this is really about you. You have a lot of talents. And sometimes, or ideas or wishes, and sometimes you are in conflict because you said, oh my God, how can I want so many different things? How can I be so many different things? So I think that you need to heal, because you need to accept that it is natural, it's normal that you have so many different talents. But eventually, to channel this energy, you need to choose one of these most important characteristic features of yourself. Not meaning that you have to abandon the others, but something will have to prevail in order for you to channel best her energies, okay? So let's move on here. In what way you can incorporate the goddess into your life? And once again, we have the Nine of Cups, a card speaking about your power, yourself, your value, right? Focus on yourself, okay? Focus on your work. Sometimes there are a lot of conflicting things that arrive to us, and they are meant to test us, to take us out of our way. And this is meaning that now you need to make yourself a priority for yourself, so you can incorporate her, the goddess, better into your life. This is also telling me, Sagittarius, that someone or some things are trying to stray you away from your spiritual path, stealing your time, stealing your attention. So it is a good time for you to focus, right? No matter what. Doesn't mean that you're going to say no to everybody in your life, but you have to find your time to meditate, to do your thing, to be you, okay? What work does the goddess want you to do at this very moment? You have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Four of Pentacles as a clarifier. So once again, the Knight of Swords brings truth and bring quick changes. That flexibility that you need to adapt things into your life, that things that are arriving in your life very fast. And that's why, once again, you need to be a little bit selfish with your time, right? And focus on yourself, hold on to you, okay? And also be a little bit, how can I be specific and discreet, right? Not communicate too much, because you need to, keeping your moves to yourself, not because you want to be shady, but because you need the space to develop your ideas with accuracy, right? Before you're starting like waving flags, okay? How you can best show the gratitude for the guidance of the goddess in your life. Two very, very important messages here. So you have the Page of Swords clarified by the Fool. The Page of Swords is smart, is witty, is quick, loves learning. And learning is something that comes very easy for you, right? See here the book, right? It's being gifted by you by an elemental being, and this is your truth, right? Because you have the sword. So yes, you can be grateful by keep on your studies, keep on your spiritual development, right? Open your mind, opening your heart for everything that is arriving in your life with new knowledges that are opening also new roads to you, because all this knowledge that is arriving is making you be willing to take this new path, to have this clean slate, to begin this new path, right? With all of your being, all of this, your like childlike curiosity, right? Open your mind, open your heart. Very, very important. And you see, in the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Swords, which is confirming all the overall energy over here. It's the new beginning in victory. It's a new truthful beginning. Is victory for you, right? It's also balancing of the day and the night, feelings and intellect. You'll be very, very connected to your truth and highest self here, Sagittarius. So now we're asking for some additional messages from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck. We have the Yule one and we have the Samhain. So how I use these decks in my witchcraft or witchy readings, as we are now in May, in the end of May 2022, Yule is in our back, is behind us. So Yule is going to show us what has been an important experience that you have been recently through. And the Samhain deck, which is in front of us, still have to arrive in our lives at this very moment in time. It will gives us advice into the future, okay? So let's ask the Yule Oracle deck, please show us an important spiritual experience that Sagittarius has been through in the recent past, and we need to know. Oops, almost, but not yet. So you have Father Christmas over here. And now let's ask for the Samhain Oracle, what is the advice for the future regarding Sagittarius spiritual life? What do we need to know? two shooting cards here. So we have 2. Spirit gave us 2. We're gonna have 2. So you, the Oracle, is the Father Christmas. If this is relevant to you, the number 13 is the number of this card. And the key words are naughty, nice. How did I get here? Lost, perhaps? No worries at all. Gather yourself and clear the frost, for the good still lives in you, dear. What list will you be on this year? So maybe this is your recent past, okay? Naughty or nice. Father Christmas, Santa Claus, Old Saint Nick, even Krampus are critical figures in holiday celebrations. We know these archetypes as the jolly old man who judges whether we are worthy of gifts, if you were kind-hearted, or lumps of coal, if you were terrible. You may have grown up and stopped worrying about getting gifts for the holidays, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be mindful of how your energy manifests in the world. You're being guided to share a little kindness. Ask yourself, what would the best version of myself do in this situation? Keep this in mind and as you go about your day, and see how this simple question can dramatically shift your perspective. Kindness costs nothing but can reward you with endless blessings. So this was your past message, Sagittarius. So you've been through some reflection and maybe you were tempted to be naughty and you decided to be nice or otherwise, I don't know, because you were asking yourself, is in this situation, I must really use my best, take out the best of my personality out in this occasion, right? So let's see what are the future messages here in your spiritual life. You have Cauldron and Elders. So Cauldron is number 10 and Elders is number 15. So if these numbers are talking to you, take note, okay? So the key words for Cauldron are transmutation, vessel, metamorphosis. So bewitching, yes it be. Blink and shall you see. A bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. A cauldron is essential for a witch and is often the center of her home. It has many uses for cooking, to working spells, brewing potions, and making floor washes. The cauldron is the vessel of transformation, turning materials into something useful, healing, and nourishing. The cauldron is a symbol of bringing many things together to create the things you want. Sometimes things have to be broken down before something new can be created. It may even take several attempts before you have the perfect outcome. Do not be afraid to fail or try your spells a few different times or in different ways. As you grow in your practice, you will begin to see what works and what doesn't. You will understand the signs of your bubbling pot and can make adjustment when needed. If you are holding the Cauldron card, it is because there is not one path to the outcomes you seek. You may have to try many different approaches to manifest what you desire. Perhaps becoming a millionaire means you have to develop a few different sources of income, or to find love, you will have to kiss many frogs before finding your prince. A spell may need to be worked over the course of many months or even years. You cannot always expect your workings to happen within the course of a moon cycle. There are often things in your aura that are preventing you from being ready to receive what you seek. Perhaps you have to learn how to manifest something else before manifesting the bigger goal. Trust your intuition. So I think this is much connected to the Five of Wands cards over here, right? Trying many times, develop many facets of your personality. So let's go now to the Elders, card 15. The key words are compassion, wisdom. Birthed from seed within the belly of the moon, they are the wise, felt touches over our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. Elders are wise. They are the ones who lived and experienced more ups and downs, twists and turns than the rest of us. Elders were the storytellers and keepers of knowledge. They were the ones we sought when in turmoil, and who would hold us as we wept for the unfairness life can bring. They had compassion for us, but also gave us sage advice drawn from their decades of experience. Today, many elders are seen as a burden instead of cherished loved ones who deserve the right to be supported and cared for in their old age. Many elders have not been given the space to share the wise words of their traditions because our modern world moves too fast for their slow wisdom. Yet, there are those among us, particularly witches, who still see the wisdom in their old ways. If you hold the Elder's card, it is to remind you to have compassion for others and to never disregard someone's wisdom or experience. As Zen saying tells us, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day, unless you're too busy. Then you should sit for an hour. This knowledge can be applied to wisdom as well. Often the thing you need the most when life is moving so fast, it is to slow down and see what you've been missing, or in this case, who you've been missing. This card is a call to meet with your elders to see if they have wisdom to share about your ancestor that can help you on your path. Well, Sagittarius, I think this was helpful. I wish you a wonderful inner spiritual work in the 6 months ahead. As always, I thank you very much for sharing your time with me. Take care out there, okay? And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.